What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Vash, joined, as always, by the one, the only, the red-headed stepchild of all of us, Chef Cron Dizzle. Chef Cron Dizzle.
You see the orange, the difference or the similarities? There's orange and orange.
Orange and orange. No, your right side is correct. You're like slightly off center, so on the screen. So there you go. Yeah, no, other way. Yep. There you go. We also have Ashley Pastrami, who's the deli meat champion, who is now just dropping shit, apparently.
Get your grabber.
It's my toes.
It's your toes?
Yeah.
Your stuff. Coming fresh out of the hospital bed where the non-American socialism healthcare system works for all of us.
How I could tell you how that experience has been just so wonderful, pleasant.
Are you like 20 or 30 grand in the hole?
I am luckily all in all about only $4 grand in the hole, only because the doctor I had, big shout out to my boy Dr. Andrew Heck, the chief spinal surgeon at Mount Sinai in New York, who's out of network completely. Since I've hit my out of network deductible, because I only hit that because of PT, which is also always out of network. I hit the out of pocket, I hit the deductible, which I think was like $2 grand. And at that point, with my insurance out of network, they paid 80%, well, up to 80%, right? And I know this is not neither here nor there, but it is like it's like a feels good moment for, at least for me. My surgery was $100,000, which is a made up number, completely like not a real number. Like you look at the itemized and it's like, none of this makes sense. It was $100,000. The insurance agreed to give him 80%. So that's $80,000. Maybe after all the bullshit, like $60,000. His office told me that he will accept that percentage and I will not owe him anything else, which would have been $10,000 more. So I'm very thankful to that doctor. He was truly amazing. This was a procedure that, if you don't know, I had a cervical spinal fusion. So I have a couple herniated discs in my neck, which isn't a very fun thing to have. It's pain always.
I don't know. It sounds like straight up most fun time ever. I don't know. I mean,
very much so. Yes.
I hear it's a new TikTok challenge. Actually, everybody's just going out and herniating their discs in their neck.
Exactly.
Yeah, the herniate challenge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine you're in pain all the time.
Yeah.
That's it.
sounds like my back, like, I mean, granted, I know yours is like way worse. Yours is a much more intense version of it. But I think mine's like the baby. Dude, no,
here's a crazy number. Here's a crazy number that this is a statistic. Up to 65% of the human population probably has a herniated disc in their spine somewhere between the lower back to the middle back to their neck.
And they don't even know it, right?
Without knowing it. It's when the herniation pushes against the nerve that runs up. There's like 1,000 nerves, 1 million nerves that run up and down your spinal cord. It's when the herniation pushes against the nerve. So like my nerve canal was completely blocked by one of the herniations, completely blocked. So like no matter what I do, it's in pain. But so they had to remove that disc. They put in a piece of padding, which they said could have been from a cadaver. So I could have some like fucking metal shit going on right now.
So you're a zombie, basically.
I could be a part zombie.
Yeah.
It's either that or some kind of organic matter, whatever it is. And then they
No. You're part zombie. Oh,
exactly.
You're a cyborg, actually. That's what I would go with.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they put a metal plate and they fuse the vertebrae together. It's crazy shit. But yeah, so that was a crazy procedure. The doctor was great. My procedure was very smooth. I am so good that I've not been in too much pain, which is actually, quite frankly, insane. The fact that I just had a major neck surgery and I've not taken any narcotics, which can show you how not bad it's been.
Well, that's good.
Yes. Well, also, like, even if I was in pain, I probably wouldn't, just because narcotics are so fucking scary.
You don't want to get stuck on that shit.
They're just absolutely terrifying in every regard, regardless of, even though it's like medically prescribed. It's just scary, right?
Then you really would be a zombie.
Then I would, exactly. Yeah. But yes, I'd only, all in all, will have paid about $4,000 into this healthcare, and only because this doctor was like, I've accepted this full 80%. You're good, bud. Because the rest would have been 20%, which is 20 grand. I max at $10,000. So that's where the 10,000, I would have all in all paid $14,000.
So much money.
Yeah. So here we are. I'm feeling good. I took a shower yesterday, took a shower today. I can't tell you guys how truly wonderful it is to be clean.
Oh, for sure.
I cannot fathom not like the privilege of having clean water is something that I feel like we probably take for granted, because the fact that I had it and I couldn't use it, just I'm trying to think of like going without time without being able to shower, like not on my own accord. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking harsh. It's harsh.
I think it was the last time that I was in that situation was when I broke my leg, like when I was like 18, and I legitimately like broke the small bone in my leg, and I could not take a shower for like multiple days, and then we had to like wrap my entire leg in like saran wrap and yeah, I'd be like one leg out the door, and my dad's like trying to help me wash myself. It's like, it's just debilitating injuries and trying to cleanse yourself are very
harsh.
You're right. Like being able to, just a simple thing like being able to clean yourself is very difficult, and you actually do learn to appreciate it, as you stated.
Yes. Yeah. And also obviously the biggest shout outs to my wonderful partner, Mallory, who is just taking care of me. Nurse Woods over here, who without her, I'd be,
man, you know what? And
I'm licking my butt, you know?
So I watched this. This is going to pay into what you just said, but like, I just watched this movie this weekend on Hulu. I need to look up the name of it really quick. It was about the guy that created the slurry for spicy Cheetos, right? And no, hold on. This guy, hold on. Just bear with me here. So the whole point of this movie, well, so this guy is actually touted as probably one of the most brilliant marketing geniuses of our time, right? In the middle of this story, I remember I actually really appreciated this moment, because there's like a scene where like he's trying to figure out how to do it and he can't figure it out, and he has this whole thing with his dad. Granted, this is a true story, and his wife is basically like, you know, look, forget about this. I'm all in with you. Let's figure this out. And he's like, men, if you ever want to be successful in life, find yourself a Judy. He's like, I would be nothing without that woman. And then he just goes into like 5 minutes about how she basically is the whole reason that, you know, he would never have been able to do this without her support. And I just like, I'm bringing this up because it just pays into what you're saying, that like having a good partner when you're in tough times like this is extremely not valuable, but it's like, it's important. You know, it's something that you have to be able to do, and you would hope that they're going to be there for you as well. You know?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, a good partner is literally everything. And, man, thank goodness for Mallory, or else it would be harsh. It'd be harsh right now.
He'd be having a grabber.
I would not. Yeah, it would not be.
It's called Flamin' Hot. I'm telling you, it was actually a really good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. Very, very wholesome movie and the guy apparently started a $1 billion industry. The whole Flaming Hot, like Cheeto, Dorito, like the whole product line. He started all of it. And this is a dude that was like just a janitor at Frito-Lay. So it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. You know, I really liked the whole story, and it's like the hero story, you know, or like the underdog story.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we have this entire thing to talk about, because absolutely nothing came out for video games this week, and we
you know
have
what's
really
hilarious about you saying that, Charlie? This has been the most times I've been playing video games, and I can't remember how. I'm playing 3 games full time right now.
Wait, can I guess what you're playing?
How could you not know them?
Okay, so you
can guess them, but
you're playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
You're playing Diablo 4.
Yes.
And you're playing Marvel Snap.
Nope, I haven't touched Snap in weeks.
Oh, you stopped playing Snap.
Oh, Snap.
Stop playing Snap.
Oh, Snap.
The fuck up. That was funny.
What's the third game?
Daisy. I've been playing Daisy still.
Oh, okay.
And I only am even playing as much as I am is because I'm on this server that's really fun, has a great community. I'm in the Discord. You know, I built up this giant base like by my solo playing, you know, fighting and collecting and looting and shit. And then yesterday or the day before, something wrong happened in like the files, and they had to do a full server wipe. And I was probably gonna stop because I was like, whatever. I played enough at Daisy. Like I remember the game is. They did a full server wipe, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And starting back from fresh. So I'm playing, 3 games at once. Actually, weird, like kind of funny timing with having the surgery and everything, because I'm not doing it. I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I am fully chilling.
So you're finally getting to catch up on your
backlog.
Yes, my backlog. Get it?
Okay, so let's
neck log?
see.
My neck
So we
log.
since I'm sure that Charlie and I have a lot to talk about with Diablo. How about you tell us more
What game?
about?
Well, yeah, we all,
Diablo?
I think all of us we all have stuff to talk
No,
about.
no, I know, but like when we haven't been playing is Tears of the Kingdom. So let's tell us
Yeah,
more
I
about
haven't
that.
touched that at all. I mean, we have a Switch. It's my wife's Switch.
So you want me to start off on Tears?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
haven't-
Well,
I don't know anything
first of
about
all,
it.
Charlie, did you even get to finish the intro?
No.
Thank you. I haven't laughed as much since my surgery, and it kind of hurts. So make stop.
Yeah, I could tell. I'm surprised you're
Stop
laughing.
making,
Yeah.
stop making me laugh so much, assholes. Yeah.
You
Well,
can find us on Instagram at
yeah,
OG.podcast or Twitter's Overachievers. Our website's OGPodcast.fm, where we get this episode every episode. We talk about what we're playing, what we're looking for, a little bit of gaming news, and there we go. Okay, go ahead.
also, hilariously enough, while we're doing this, I'm sitting in the virtual queue for New York Comic Con. So this is like a hilarious. This is everything about what's happening right now is funny.
Oh, when is that? Is that something I should get in on?
October. Have you've bought tickets before?
I don't remember.
So then, yeah, you can't get them today. This is for if you've bought them pretty much every year, you get a special link.
Wait,
today.
so how do you can you buy an extra ticket?
Can I know? So the way that they have beaten.
Let me check my email.
The bots, even though it's not even. the thing,
Yeah.
You have to do a fan verification.
Oh, damn it.
And so before the link goes live today, I've had to set up my email beforehand
Mm-hmm,
to buy it. And you can only buy them today if you've done fan verification in previous years. You get the link tomorrow. Full general population public. So if you want to get them, there's still tickets tomorrow, but today is for if you've bought them previous years and you fan verified. Does that make sense?
Yep.
But if you really want to come to Comic-Con, dude, you do it. Like
I know. I really do want to go. So I mean, I'd love to go. I mean, that should be a good way for us to meet up, right?
100%. We could do a live. We could do it in person.
Yeah, it'd be really fun.
That'd be
Actually,
awesome.
I feel like
we
it'd
could
be
go
really
to Charlie's
fun.
and like do a setup. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, well, let me know when they remind us when they go live officially.
Sorry,
and
the
I will go.
regular general on sale is Wednesday, June 21st.
All right, so 10 days.
I'm gonna put that in the.
Well, I'm actually putting this in my work calendar.
No, you should truly. That'd be cool as shit.
What time?
What time is it?
What time? I know what time it is now. I'm saying, like, what time do they go live?
That's what. 12 p.m. noon.
12 p.m. on the 21st. Okay.
Yeah. I would obviously set your reminder a little bit beforehand because there is a queue.
Comic Con.
So like rate at like 11:59. Start pressing that refresh button.
Well, I put it at 11:45.
Yeah. That would be really cool. That'd be really fun. Yeah, we can go to Charlie's. We could do like an in-person pod. That would be, and just hang out. That'd be really fun. Bring the pizza oven
Video
up
pod,
and have a
yeah.
big dinner.
We can do compare contrast. We can get some Ricos and you can bring some pizza things. And we can compare
What do you mean,
Connecticut
get some-
pizza and you can bring your own pizza.
You know, I really do want to try. I haven't tried New Haven yet, and I really want to.
New Haven's not that great.
Wait, really? Don't they say like New Haven style is like?
Yeah, they
one
say
of the
that.
best?
But,
Well-
like, you know,
Well, your boy
Wait,
Dave
what's the
Portnoy
di-
says that New Haven's the best.
it's not that good.
Wait.
I would love to try it, though.
Wait. I need to know though. What other fucking styles of pizza in Connecticut exist except for the one that everyone knows about?
There's the ones that people don't know about, which is
Is it just like normal pizza then? Is it not?
no, it's like super thin, personal style, like 12-inch, like edge to edge cheese.
interesting.
That's the shit that I always talk about and I love.
Wait, like when you say thin, are you talking about like
Thin.
but not like New York thin? Are you talking like thinner?
Yeah, like thinner.
See, what's really funny about that? Traditional Chicago pizza is called tavern style pizza. It's not the deep dish like casserole that people think about, and it's like paper thin
Yeah,
crust.
same thing. Yeah.
Oh, I've always wanted to try tavern style too, which is like, I never had tavern style.
Yeah. So
Pizza's the fuck. I think we all
we'll
can
all
agree.
compare and contrast. We'll get three
Pizza's
pies.
just the best. There,
and we'll have
doesn't matter where
three.
you are, what you got going on in your life. Pizza's the fucking best. But yes, that would be really fun. Okay, so
Video
Tears of the
games.
Kingdom. I don't think the devs realized what the fuck they were doing when they designed Tears of the Kingdom. And I say this in the best way possible. Tears of the Kingdom is, quite frankly, one of the most extensive, like, building style games I've ever come across. So, you know, I kind of went over a very brief intro of the game, I think the last pod, right? And I don't have to go into much story, but the whole thing is Link lost his arm and he got the arm of a god. Like that's like his new arm is one of the old gods that ruled over Hyrule, like in ancient times past. They're called the Zonai, right? Super cool, like back story. Like please play it and learn about the Zonai, it's like such a different take on what we know of Zelda and kind of like the whole like deal with like magic and the realm and shit. So he has this arm of a god essentially, right? Ganon ripped his arm off and this god saved him by giving him his arm. Cool as shit. Like fucking tight story. Like really cool. So with this arm, you could do all this crazy shit and it's called the Ultra Hand. And with it, the two biggest things, that's not even true. There's so many things you do it. The two main things I'll say, not biggest. The two main things you do are fuse items together, or you can create new. See, this like is going to sound weird because so you can attach things together that are not permanent, or you could fuse two things together that become a permanent like weapon, for instance. So like if I have, so everything now drops things that you can then fuse. So all of the like the shitty little goblins, they all have like dumb little horns now. They're very weak, but you could put those horns onto a stick and now suddenly you have a pretty nice sword, right? It's kind of their answer. They didn't make things less breakable, but now you could just make a million good weapons, right? And they're not the best weapons, but they're good, right? Really cool. You could put a bomb keg onto your shield and the second enemy hits it, it explodes out in front of them and blows them away. It's hilarious. Like the fusing part of the game is very fun. You could make some really cool weapons and shields and all that shit. The other part of the Ultra Hand is the attach. So if I want to make a hot air balloon, there's like a silly little vendor system in the game. You like exchange things for like different attachable items. I can get a balloon. I can get a little dragon head that shoots out flame. I can get a cart and I can attach this thing together and make a little hot air balloon. Like very, very basic there, right? Nothing crazy. Very, very silly. But then you have, and I'm sure that's what the devs thought. Like, oh, we'll make some gliders. You could put some rockets on it. You could put like little fans on it. You could drive around this cart, blah, blah, blah. But to see the shit people have been making is truly, it's almost to the point where I'm like, they have to patch this. They have to take this out. There's no way they allow this. So one of the devices you could have is a homing beacon, right? And it literally will just try to, whatever you attach it to, it'll make that go towards the closest monster, right? You have lasers, you have rocket launchers, you have all these crazy things. So people are making these like floating war machines that will just target monsters and just evaporate them. They'll put like 30 of these lasers on it. They'll put like 20 fans above it and they'll make it fly. And the homing beacon will just go towards like there's now enemy outposts and shit. Or there's like the giant like,
this doesn't even sound like Legend of Zelda. I'm sorry.
It's
like,
hilarious.
Yeah, no. I mean,
because clearly they didn't expect that.
Yeah.
They expected very simple building of like, oh, I have to get from this island to that island. Okay, I'll make a little glider that can fly, blah, blah, blah. Easy, right? But then the internet doesn't do that, obviously. So you find these videos of people making these like crazy things that clearly, I bet you what's going to probably happen is I bet you they'll patch it so you can only attach so many things to one thing at once, right? Instead of being able to put on like, 10 of these laser things with a guidance thing and like 15 of the fans that help you propel it forward, you probably can't do that because otherwise it's like too cheap. I haven't done any of that because that's too much for me. I am playing it in the veins of like a simpler man. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But also the people doing this are people that are probably really doing it for like the TikToks and stuff. They're not.
Yeah. So this morning,
why would they patch it? That sounds awesome. And
it's because in my opinion, it's a bit much, right? I saw they made a literal Gundam.
That's what I was just looking for the video. It literally, my friend sent me one this morning and it's like, this is why the Japanese are better at video games than us. And it's literally a Gundam. Yeah. Like it is literally a full blown.
Yes. It's a Gundam.
Complete robot like that does with like a laser beam that comes out of its midsection, 2 like weapons over here. And it's insane. It's incredible. I mean, like it was literally like, look it up. Like look up the video. I was trying to send it to you, but my friend.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
Oh God. No.
It's so good. My friends and I have like so many League of Legends. I have like, there have been so many good League memes lately. It's just, it's become a thing. It's in my friend circle.
But yeah, so the game I've been
I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad that it's living up to the hype. I'm glad that it wasn't
fun.
Yeah, because there's a lot of I think a lot of people were worried that they were going to try to, Breath of the Wild itself is touted as like almost a perfect game. Like a lot of people will say.
I'll tell you this about that, and I agree. I think Breath of the Wild. I don't think Breath of the Wild's I don't know if any game exists that is perfect.
Sure,
right?
sure. In the eyes of its fan base, it is
right. There's always something to improve, right?
Of course,
amazing as Breath of the Wild is, as much as I love that game, I played so much of that game. I did almost everything 100% except for finding all 999 Koroks. Like that was just too much. That wasn't necessary in my opinion.
What the fuck is this shit?
I told you, right? It's badass, right?
This is insane. Like I'm watching.
I told you, yeah. It's actually incredible.
That's what people are doing, right?
Charlie, look up the one that's like
lasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's literally shooting lasers
Yes.
and like blowing shit up.
I wasn't joking, dude.
Look up the one that says there's one that's like America.
Yes,
fuck yeah. And it's like they have like what looks like a stealth bomber going around and literally bombing the little encampments that he's talking about.
It's literally no joke. So
and you can jump in it. Oh my god, this is amazing.
It's so funny, but
I feel like the team has to be having like absolute heyday with like this. We're talking about this internally, right?
Here's the thing, though. I don't know because I feel like. So I hope I'm not generalizing.
Well, there's definitely somebody that's going to be upset about it.
Japanese game developers, they want their games to be played the way that they envisioned, right? And I feel like this is probably taking away from the original idea they had of what a Zelda game. Like this was honestly, this was a pretty big step up in terms of.
This is like the best thing in the world. This is viral marketing for your own game.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I don't even like Zelda games, and I want to play this now.
It's very fun. I'll tell you this right now. It's not easy to build those things.
That probably takes hours, dude.
That requires because you have to get all those individual pieces, and getting those is a whole thing in itself.
Okay, I feel like you legitimately have to have some kind of engineering mindset in order to pull off something like that, right? Like,
well, because there are real physics involved, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like
so, but like the game. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just playing it straight story wise. I'm taking my time with it. And I'm not even taking my time with it because I have other games I'm playing. I just love Zelda games. I think they've consistently always been such a good story. And I just love taking that in. This story is bonk. Oh, but what I was saying before, sorry. Breath of the Wild is a great game. One of the best Zelda games ever. I don't think it's the best, which a lot of people put it up there. I still really enjoyed Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess.
Link to the Past is my favorite one, and nobody's ever going to be able to change my mind.
Yeah,
also, that's nostalgia for me. Truly, I was freaking like a child,
But like, as amazing and near perfect Breath of the Wild was this game, truly, it feels like the beta to what Tears of the Kingdom.
This is, yeah.
It feels like Breath of the Wild was the fucking beta. We played the beta.
I feel like I feel like I could agree that it is a perfect game, but I don't like the weapon system. Like I don't like the idea that the weapons break. And I know that there are people that love that aspect of the game. Me personally, just wasn't that was the biggest deterrent.
I think honestly I would say that's probably the biggest beef people have with the games. The weapons
that was
too
the
easy.
thing that I had with it.
Yeah,
I don't like that aspect.
It's not that I liked it. I didn't give a shit enough about it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, just I'll get other weapons.
Well, see, there's people like my friend James that are like, I like going out and farming all the different weapons and then breaking them because he likes to break shit. There's just different strokes for different folks,
And now though, there's kind of the answer to that, because if I'm killing a bunch of enemies, my sword breaks. If I have a stick near me and I just killed the big boss who had this crazy giant horn, or he had like a giant like piece that he drops, I could fuse that to my sword, and now my sword just became quintuply better. You know what I'm saying? Like my stick I found on the ground just became like ultra better. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Ultra stick.
Ultra stick. Exactly. It's a very good game. It's so good that Mallory is ahead of me.
Nice.
She is just fucking
blowing through it.
She's playing.
Well, she also doesn't have D4 to play, probably, right?
Right. But like I'm sleeping on the couch because I have to sleep upright, which is very annoying. Can't tell you how annoying that is.
Brutal, dude. Yeah.
Very annoying. But I woke up this morning to hearing and she's playing in bed. She's playing in bed. Yeah, it's a truly phenomenal game. I really can't stress enough that if there's one thing Nintendo I think will always do right, it's Zelda, and I think it's because they understand what is involved in that. You know,
Well, they're not trying to like reinvent the wheel, so to say.
Here's
you know,
the thing, though. With
but they
this
kind of
game,
are.
I would say this game they reinvented the wheel.
Yeah.
I would say with Tears of the Kingdom, they
Do
took.
you think it was unintentional though?
No, and here's why. Originally, Tears of the Kingdom, the foundation of it was a DLC. Tears of the Kingdom was just an add-on. And they realized they had so much good stuff to work with.
Right.
They're like, screw it. Let's go ahead and let's make the second game. Let's make the sequel.
Do you think that they had was the story and the glove, and then they were like, hey, let's just turn this into a whole game?
I think
Because the glove is what allows you to do the crafting and shit, right?
yes. I think that's probably exactly it. I feel like they were just like, this is cool enough by itself.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't as extensive as it is. I bet you they're probably like, oh, here's what we're gonna do for DLC.
Oh, you know they added on to it. Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, let's just make this more. Because one of the really cool abilities you can get is I forgot the name of it, but you literally swim up through rocks, or like if there's a ceiling above you and you have to get above it, you could swim up through it. It's really
they
cool
can swim
ability.
like upstream.
You swim upstream, but you go through like rocks and like hard surfaces. That existed as a dev tool in Breath of the Wild, so the devs can get around the map faster. And they're like, wait, this is a cool
and they left it
ability.
in.
Let's make this part of the actual Ultra Hand.
That's kind of
Like,
cool.
It's truly. I would say, play it if you don't like really like feel like you need to play it. That's totally fine. Take your time with it. Play it when you're bored or you want. Like once I start going back to the office, I'm gonna like play it on the train and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and like I wasn't gonna play it on the train, but the last time I went to the office before my surgery, I was sitting on the train. Somebody just sat next to me and just playing next to me. I was like, okay, I could do it. If this fucking dork's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You know. But
You
yes.
just do you, Dom. You don't have to worry. You don't have to get approval from anyone else.
But yes, it is a great game. Can't stress enough that it is just beautiful and well made. And yes, please play it, because the story alone so far is good enough to play, even outside all the cool shit you could do, like building a fucking Gundam.
Yo, speaking of good storylines, I'm gonna segue this into the next game. I actually was blown away at how good the storyline for D4 was.
No
I haven't
spoilers.
finished yet.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying anything.
I'm
So
in Act 3 right now.
all
Oh,
I'm saying.
I'm just about to finish Act 2.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that it's a really good story.
It's very good
That's
so
all I'm
far.
saying. And
So far,
there's
very
some
good.
cutscenes towards the end that are
Wait,
fucking
what's everyone
phenomenal, dude.
What's everyone playing?
You want to
What
talk about that,
classes?
or do you want to get into like the mechanics and whatnot? Oh, we can get into that.
Hold on. Before we get into this, hold on. Let me just say that there are some cinematics in this game that y'all
there's-
haven't seen yet
of
that are
course.
fucking incredible. Like,
Well, I think
we're
we all
talking,
can agree.
yeah,
If there's ever one
cinematic.
thing they did good, Blizzard. Their
Dude, it gets
Right.
it was so unexpected. Like I didn't expect it to be that quality, that high of quality. I felt like I was watching Lord of the Rings, like the Battle for Middle Earth. Like it was fucking awesome, and it just gets better. And I did not expect that from Diablo. That's all I want to I want to get at. Like,
I'm
I
also
just-
very impressed by like the not just the cinematics, but the cutscenes, like the cutscenes that you have.
Yeah.
Like the ones that you're like starting to like see your character in.
Oh,
doing
it's
stuff.
almost like you go up and you like initiate the conversation, and then it kind of like the
Yeah.
camera almost like pans over a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best. I mean, they start you off in that in the beginning, or like when you talk to Lorath in like the very opening, and
Yeah.
like you
Yeah,
sit
yeah.
down, and you're like having
Very
a cup
good.
of tea or whatever. But then it gets like more involved, like in Act 2, like when you're going and you're like, going through that ruined, those
Oh, yeah.
ruins. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it yet.
Yeah.
Like towards the end of Act 2, like I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, because like you get to see yourself in your own get up and like attire, I guess. But yeah, it's great. So yeah, what are you guys playing?
Well, actually, the one more thing.
Okay.
I think, because it's so funny that this story is so. I feel like we all wanted this game to be good, but I feel like we were all collectively holding our like breaths a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I would definitely was.
yes,
Yeah, after Immortal, yeah, definitely.
yes, because as great as Diablo 3 was at the end of it, the beginning of Diablo 3 was very bad. The story was absolute garbage. Almost everything about vanilla Diablo 3 wasn't that good, right? I feel like we all came in Diablo 4 like, fucking let's go. Like, at least I don't want to speak for all of us, but I've been very much enjoying my time in the game. And so I'm very thankful that Blizzard did it right. Because it was honestly anyone's fucking game. This could have either been as good as it is now, or it could have been the most dog shit game we've ever seen. So
Yeah, I don't think I genuinely do not think I have. Actually, I have one complaint, and that's that I wish there
I have
were
a couple
classes.
complaints.
That's really like my only.
You know
Well,
what?
actually, no. Let me.
that's a valid complaint because there will be more classes, and
Yes.
it's annoying that we
Yeah.
didn't get that
Yeah.
at the start.
Yeah, that it's not even really like a complaint. It's more like
we should have had all of the classes from D3 and then adding in the druid and the rogue. Truly.
Yeah. Well,
Truly.
so the rogue is like a cross between the Amazon and the assassin, like straight up, because they're a trap bow dagger build kind of thing.
I mean, the
So-
bow or the rogue is the demon hunter from D3.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah. I mean it feels. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It feels more like if an assassin and an Amazon had a baby. That's what class
Yeah,
I'm playing
I agree.
right
What
now.
are these classes from? Amazon?
I'm talking about
Amazon's
from
from
D2.
D2.
Sorry,
Oh,
because like
sorry.
I'm playing like I'm basically playing a Boazon that drops poison traps, which is exactly what an assassin would do. So that's why I say it's kind of like a cross between the two. And if I wanted to, I could use daggers and do like a more stealthy build, but I play with like 3 melee characters. Like my buddies are all playing melee, so it just
Wait,
doesn't make
you're
sense
doing
for
rogue
me.
right now?
I am doing rogue. Yeah,
What level are you?
I just hit 50 last night.
Have you been enjoying it?
Yes, it's
'Cause
difficult.
I'm probably gonna switch to a rogue. To be
So-
honest.
I'm gonna play Rogue on softcore for season 1.
I will say this much: if you're gonna play a rogue by yourself, be ready for it to be extremely challenging. When I played,
it hasn't been at all problematic. I've been doing the what's the barrage build, and it's been great. For
Yeah, I mean,
playing by myself. No, I mean in the game, not myself.
well, how far along are you? Have you gotten to any of like the challenging parts yet? I mean, are you like
Not
have
yet.
you passed level 30? Then
Yeah, I'm 30. So I have a hardcore Rogue is 37.
yeah, I
Did
think
you
you're
just
I
lose
think
your hardcore character.
I
You
lost
did,
my
yeah.
hardcore druid at 38.
I feel so bad that it happened too, because like I told, like you were coming to help us and you didn't really need to do what we were doing, and Stan got on and I was like, oh, why don't you go hang out with Stan? Like it'll probably be more worth your time. And Charlie was like, yeah, sure, let me go do that. And then he dies, and I was just like, I could have
Yeah, I
not
was-
have pushed him to do that. He could have just like hung out with us, and I feel
I
like
died waiting around because I was like, I broke my rule for hardcore with Stan, which was like like the idea that Stan. So there's a trophy for getting a hardcore character to level 50. Excuse me. And so the rule I made myself is like, all right, we're gonna group up the entire time. We're not gonna play solo. We're not gonna play solo. Because like, you know, as you get further in the game, like it gets harder, and like enemies, you know, can have mechanics that can like do like crazy shit. Like up until probably Act 3, I think you can solo. It's fine, but it gets harder and harder as you go along. So like, okay, we're gonna stay together. He's playing a Necro, so it just makes sense. We can all like, you know, if in the event that like we get attacked by the Butcher, like, you know, we can
Wait, is
ping-pong
the
back
butcher
and
like a
forth.
random thing?
Yes,
that
it's a
happened?
random event.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Josh, you mentioned getting attacked by the butcher the other day, and I was like,
Yep.
wait, I haven't seen him, and I know
I've
where
seen
you're
him.
at.
I've seen him 3 times by myself, and I fucking swear, dude, he only shows up when I'm by myself. Like it
I haven't
actually
seen him
pisses me
yet.
off, because it takes me a long time to kill him, because I can't just like stand there and tank and spank him. I literally have to find a pillar and kite him around the pillar in circles. Like and then he'll do like a roar that like an AoE roar that will slow you, and like, dude, I swear to God, I have to like actually really try to not die whenever I come across him, because
Yeah.
Interesting.
I beat him in hardcore yesterday, and it was just the sweatiest thing I've ever done.
dude,
I'm just
it's
like-
super
I was
not
like,
easy, man.
Oh god, no, butthole puckering up a little
Yeah.
bit, because like I was playing with one of our new members on the Discord, which is discord.me/OG podcast, where he was playing a barbarian, I was playing my rogue. He had literally the barbarian guy, Matt. He had 1 hit left, like he had a sliver of health left on his hardcore character, and he died. We're like, oh. Because we both ran out of potions, and we're like,
yes,
well,
that's
here
the
it is.
thing. You'll run out of potions, man. But here's the trick. So you can actually kite the butcher infinitely. Like, dude, homeboy will not catch you if you have. Well, see, here's the trick. You gotta have boots with 2 max evade charges, and I swear to God, you can kite the butcher for fucking days, and your health will regenerate itself. So if you find yourself in a scenario where you're out of potions, run the fuck around and don't get yourself killed. Like, it's as easy as that. He will stop to do. He has like, I think he has 4 abilities, and he will stop at certain points. I swear, if you find, dude, the easiest way to take care of the butcher, find a fucking room with a pillar in the middle of it and just run him around the bitch in circles. It's the easiest way to do it. I've done it 3 times now, and I have not died. I've not died yet. I actually did it in World Tier 2 yesterday by myself, which took me literally 15 minutes to get done because I just could not. I just would like drop a poison trap, do a lap, drop a poison trap, do a lap. Like I was even shooting arrows at him because I'm like, if I stop to shoot an arrow at him, he's gonna charge at me, he's gonna stun me, and then he's gonna fuck me up. Like it's as easy as that. So, but he drops legendaries like every time, so it's definitely important to kill him.
In the beta, I came across him once. I thought that was just a part of the story. I didn't realize that was a random. That's so funny.
It's a random event in dungeons or cellars, by the way.
Yeah, you'll be running around and you'll just see the little skull icon on your mini map.
I haven't really been doing dungeon stuff. I'm at level 30. I'm just about to finish Act 2. I'm doing a druid.
Okay.
I'm just doing the basic icy veins. Level druid fastest way.
Tornado build.
No, it's pets and earthquake.
Oh,
wolves and earthquake. It's pretty easy.
Nice.
And then once I get to end game, I was gonna do just the straight up earthquake shatter. I love that build.
You do the landslide build with Stan.
Oh, sorry, the landslide. Yeah. That build is fucking tight, dude. I saw some people doing it like end game, and it looks so fun. I was doing Stan's werewolf build for a bit. It's really fun, but it's not really my playstyle. The poison werewolf build, very cool, but I'm just not
that's what my boy Trondo's playing, and he absolutely loves it.
Didn't he just get something that like does a bunch of like extra poison damage?
Oh my god, dude, he's very funny because it's you're doing a poison dot, but also your crit damage, which you would think don't go side by side, but somehow they work together. So the higher your crit is, the faster the dot. It's like really weird and actually like quite, I think.
So here's the other dirty part of our combination, not to cut you off, is that I'm a poison trap rogue. So I'm constantly throwing vulnerability.
Yeah.
I'm dropping poison traps. Yeah. My one ability, which is the imbuement, is that you can either imbue your bow or daggers with poison, shadow, or frost. And I obviously went poison. The other cool thing is that like anybody that's affected by my poison does 15% less damage. They have reduced attack speed.
That's going to be very strong for endgame dungeons.
100%. So
you're like more of a fucking support build than anything. Which is hilarious.
No, I went that way. Well, actually, so the funny thing is I went rapid fire for my main ability. I didn't go with like an AoE bow build, or excuse me, I didn't go with an AoE bow attack. I went with Call of Arrows for my ultimate. And what you do is you hit the imbuement ability, and the Call of Arrows will actually rain down with the poison effect. So it like spreads the poison across the entire room. So everybody has lower attack speed. Right. They have vulnerability, and they already have poison on them. So Trondo goes around slamming people with Pulverize, and he gets extra crit damage based off people that are already poisoned. And he also has another ability that will basically pop the poisons. So people that are running over the poison trap,
the poison creeper.
Yeah. So they'll be popping the poisons on them, and then instantaneously have the poison reapplied to them because they're standing on the trap.
Yeah, I bet they'll patch the poison creeper druid, or the poison creeper ability of the druid. It's like too good. That and the only reason I say that is because almost all the druid builds except for landslide, I think.
It's pulverize, and
it's insanely good.
Yeah, if you stack overpower, you do big numbers. And so somebody that's a tank, dude, he straight up just sat there on World Tier 3 and tanked the butcher like a champion.
Yeah, the defensive abilities of druid is pretty bonkers. The druid, it's funny because I feel like in the beta the druid was like meh, and now all I see are druids. You know, like all I see are druids, which is like fine. I was like, oh, maybe I'll change because everyone else doing druid, but like who the fuck, everyone's gonna play everything, right? The only thing I haven't really been doing, and again, I'm playing slow because I'm playing 3 games right now, and I'm not really like trying to rush anything.
Yeah.
I haven't really been doing the dungeons.
Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, I don't need to, right?
So I think there's multiple ways you can play this game. I figure like end game, when I need the boons to matter more, is when, or not boons.
Well, you get that and you get renowned too.
In my opinion, yeah, it's boons. In my opinion, I would beat the storyline first. Now, the reason that I would say that, the reason I say is that unlocks the Tree of Whispers, and it also unlocks what else does it unlock? It unlocks something else. I can't remember. It did just basically like you really kind of want to just rush. I mean, in my opinion, rush the storyline.
I don't really fucking
rush the storyline on World Tier 1. Have some fun. Enjoy it. You can do it on 2 if you want. You don't. There's just not really a big benefit to doing it on 2. Like there's a big jump from 2 to 3. Like 2 to 3. Like 3 actually drops better gear.
I heard
has
that
like
there was a
different
weird soft cap thing that happens at level 50 though, and you kind of have to go to 3. No, is that not true?
Yes, that is true. Yeah, you have to do so. Once you
so maybe I'll go back to 1 up until I get to 50.
I would so everybody recommended, even like the dudes that are putting out guides and things like that. They were saying like they're saying do the storyline on World Tier 1 when you do it, and then that's what we did. So we did that, and then yesterday when you want to go to World Tier 3, you have to complete what is called a capstone dungeon. And we completed that. So now we can go to World Tier 3. So now we have like on the map where you're trying to collect all the renown points and all that kind of stuff, and you can get extra skill points up to like the 5th point. Well, now we're at the point where we can start collecting those things. And so now when we do dungeons, we're getting points for the Tree of Whispers, and then you can go over to the Tree of Whispers and get like a bunch of EXP. You can pick a bundle that has like a shitload of items in it and trade skill materials. So I mean, it's really like that's where the progression begins, is once you beat the storyline. So in my opinion, rush the storyline, switch it over, and then go back and do the dungeons and things like that, because sometimes the dungeons have can give you the points for the Tree of Whispers, and you want to do the thing is also you want to when you max out, that's what unlocks the nightmare dungeons, and the nightmare dungeons are the bomb, dude. Like we did one last night, and I got like some is it unique? Is that the one that's the step above legendary?
Correct, unique, and then there's
I got some unique,
something that starts with an A.
Dude, I got some unique dagger that was fucking incredible, dude. A sacred unique dagger, because in the nightmare thing, sacred items drop, and they're even more powerful than the regular items. And yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to be pushing those nightmare dungeons, and not only that, you have to get a key to start the nightmare dungeon. You can't just like start them up. Like you run regular We were in a nightmare dungeon, and the nightmare key dropped. I got one. Nobody else got one in there. So like we as a pack of 4 could have gone and done another nightmare dungeon together. And so that, again, this is just why I'm telling you that you should push Act 1. I'm sorry, you should push the storyline.
I think I'm going to stream it today, and I'll switch to World Tier 1.
Yeah, just straight up fire. Right. Just barrel through the storyline. Don't worry about anything else. And then, because if you think about it, what you really want to do is like you want to do all those dungeons and side quests for the renown points, right?
That's what I figured. And that's why I didn't want to waste any of it.
Well, it's not wasted. Okay, so if you collect the renown points and then you unlock the World Tier 3 later on, your renown points are still there. It's just that you won't be able to claim the awards or rewards until you actually hit World Tier 3. So like last night I did it, and I had the World Tier 4 like immediately for the main area, Fracture Peaks.
Right.
And then now like Michael and my boy Trondo and I, we want to go around and find like all of the little statues in the game. Like that's like going to be our next goal for when the boys aren't on. But I basically would strongly recommend to people, if you get a key for a nightmare dungeon, I mean, you can go run it by yourself, but it's really best to get it with a group of 4 people, I think, because like if you go in there with a group of 4, the chances are somebody's going to get another key, and you just can kind of keep going on it. And the nightmare dungeons are where it's at, dude. The gear was so fucking good, dude. Like the sacred gear had like twice the amount of power that a normal one had. Like I think Michael got an item out of, or Trondo got an item out of there that had like plus 80 to all stats or something like that. Like that's fucking huge, dude.
That's tight. That's tight.
Like it's crazy. The gear that comes out of the nightmare dungeons are super strong.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Wait, side quest 2 Stan says it's
so the reason that you want to wait is because when you're on World Tier 3, you're going to get more EXP for them, right? So it's
like
going to be
all the blue exclamation points. Wait on.
I would wait on all of them.
Yeah, I'm starting to wait. I've been doing them too.
Dude, don't even worry about it. There are so many fucking side quests in the game.
I'm only it's not good. It doesn't fucking matter.
You're not. You have not.
I finished Act 1 at 36, so I realized.
If I were Charlie, I would be pushing through a little bit quicker. But like, you have not done anything wrong. Like, dude, the map is so fucking big. Like, it's so big, dude. Yeah,
big.
Like
I'm about to finish Act 3. I think
the conquest, is it Conquest? Is it what I haven't seen this yet, except for my druid class thing. where you have to like take over the towns.
Strongholds.
Oh,
The
strongholds.
Has that been a thing for anyone yet? Is that like a cool thing yet?
Yeah,
No,
you have to do that
I
a
fucking
lot.
love them, dude.
Those are
I think
great.
they're awesome.
So are they random events or
No.
what is it?
The strongholds themselves are like you have to unlock them to unlock certain towns, and there's 3 of them per map, I want to say, and they're quite good and quite fun. And then once you unlock the stronghold is when you unlock the Legion events for that area. I could be wrong on that aspect.
See,
Legion
I
events
was-
are like the big group thing that happens that everyone has to work together to
Yes.
achieve it's kind of like the open world stuff from like Guild Wars 2, which I loved about Guild Wars 2.
See, I was mistaken about what I thought the strongholds were. I thought the strongholds were if you have a town on the map, it could suddenly be overrun by demons. You have to take it back. That's what I thought it was. That's not the case though.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure. I've been baked out of my mind and trying to pick up a lot of stuff in this game. So,
Yeah.
like I'm like constantly looking at the item, this actually would be my one gripe with the game is that when I pick up a wall of like yellow items, you know what I mean? Like from running dungeons or doing whatever it is we do. I just sit there for like a good 10 minutes and just be like, is this an upgrade or not? Because you can pull the aspect off any item and put it on those rare items. So, I mean, in theory, like they could be really good, right?
Oh shit!
So
I didn't even realize I shouldn't be. I've just been selling everything to get gold. I probably shouldn't be because you're
no,
right.
that's not true. That's not true.
I switched between selling and salvaging. I
would
bounced
sell.
back and forth.
I would sell for the first. I would get a good nest egg because you're gonna need that gold later on.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
One of my coworkers.
You're gonna need the gold. Trust me. Like I've got
Yeah.
2 million gold, and that's when I stopped selling everything and switched over to salvaging everything.
Yeah, my one of my they're not dynamic. That's okay. That's fair. One of my coworkers is fucking flying, and they're like, "Get as much. You're gonna need the gold. Get gold."
Yeah, no, you
I was
are.
like, okay.
I got a buddy that's already, or the dude that's like the professional speedrunner. He's already max level with 2 characters, and
It's crazy.
it's insane. I cannot figure out how that's possible, but I mean, that's what he does for a living. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's not what I'm doing
think,
full time.
I think we all agree the game fucking rules.
Yeah. So what are your
Definitely-
gripes? What are your gripes with it then?
I don't have a gripe yet, only because I don't feel like I'm far enough to have a gripe yet. Except for, I think I do agree with what Chef
I
said
can
earlier.
actually
I wish there were
give
more
you
classes.
I can give you a pretty legitimate gripe. While the game is fucking phenomenal, and I will give it a 10 out of 10 on my own personal scale because the launch was effectively seamless compared to D3, and
truly.
it did better than any of the World of Warcraft. I've been involved in the last 5 World of Warcraft expansion launches between classic and retail, and all 5 of them have been botched. So I will give them props on a very clean. I mean, there was one. I mean, for me, I had to wait like an extra 2 hours to get in the game because there was an issue with the PlayStation 5 pre-orders, but whatever, dude. I was in the game by like 9 o'clock. Like, it's not a big deal.
Dude, I remember
But,
for D3, I took off school.
Yeah.
Because I was in college.
What was the server error? It was like 203. There was like a specific, the code was like a meme for a long
A
time.
day and a half.
Yeah.
It took me to get into that game. A day and a half.
So that was a really good. I think my biggest gripe with the game as it stands right now is that like when we talk about, and this is also my gripe with D3. When we talk about D2, if we talk about the Bloodmoor, the Cold Plains, the Durance of Hate, I remember all of these places. I could not fucking tell you shit about the geography for Diablo 4.
I bet you that'll come though. I
don't think so, man. Like for me, it's like I don't know. Like it just isn't Cavashad. Like the normal cities are, you're gonna remember them, but like the map is so fucking big, dude, that my pothead brain will never remember any of it. Like it just won't. Like I'm just telling you, I won't. And I'm just saying that as a personal gripe that like, and this is not just a personal gripe with this game. That's a gripe of mine with most games today. Is that like the attention to detail is so grand that like.
Almost $2,000.
It's almost $2,000. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Red Dead Redemption kind of ruined that for everyone. So I don't need to see, I don't need to see snow brush off the tree.
Slow down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that that's like by any means deterring me from thinking that this game is badass as fuck. I'm
This
just stating
the
that.
industry starts to slow down due to Chef Crondo's gripe about games being too big.
Anyways, I mean
very
that's
funny.
really not a very serious. That's a mild complaint considering the scope of the game. But
Yeah.
the party system is good. The guild system works fine.
The
I'll be-
leveling system
well,
is
so- well,
fantastic.
actually,
like the
What
like
is good with the guilds? I haven't done anything guild wise. What does the guild do? Like I'm in your guild. What can
Yeah,
the
I mean,
guild, what can
it
you
won't,
do
it
with
won't,
the
it
guild?
won't matter until endgame. It won't
That's
matter
what I
until. I mean,
figured.
I don't think that they've. So when the season starts, I think that is when we'll find out like what they have planned for guilds and whatnot. I mean, as it stands right now, I mean, it's really.
When does the season start?
I think they said in July, right?
yeah, July. I want to say like it was at least 5 or 6 weeks before.
It was
they
supposed to be
started.
like 2 months after the launch, give or take.
That would put it in August.
If you bought the $199 pack, you could get around the PlayStation. Dude, I spent $90 on the game. I ain't giving them a fucking dollar of my money more.
Right, we're
Okay,
done. Yeah.
like if I give you $90 to play the game early, I ain't paying a dime. I want to play the fucking game just like everybody else. That's my point. But anyways, Rogue is great. I'm playing the trap build. I love it. I pick like Caltrops, Poison Trap, Poison
Right.
Imbuement, Call of Arrows, and then I do the vulnerability one. I really just sit in the back and I just fuck shit up for my boys. Like I play with my buddies are playing bars. One's playing a bleed build. The other one's playing
It does seem
Frozen
like
Spear. I think I don't know I can't remember what he's playing, but
it does seem like they did a good job of better balancing all of the classes from beta. But I will say it does seem like the druid is one of the more I don't want to say stronger. That's not right.
that's
but, like,
fine
man,
with me
I
because
just
they were
see-
not
I
that
see so-
strong.
right.
Yeah, they were not strong.
They were not as
Yeah.
strong in
I think if I had to have a complaint, I really do wish. I feel like there's no reason they didn't give us the classes they had from Diablo 3, the new classes. I mean, like the monk and the crusader and the witch doctor. I feel like that's kind of like, especially the crusader with the zealot, the rhetoric of the Anarius's religion and like the light and everything. The crusader.
I'm sure that'll be like first class in DLC.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't agree
dangle
that
that carrot.
it's kind of silly that those are DLC. I'm sure they will be or add-on or not DLC, but like some kind of like add-on or something. I feel like they would have just been like the monk. I think was such a cool, different character. I really enjoyed the monk. The witch doctor, obviously very similar to the necromancer, but cool in its own right. I feel like if anything, the druid is pretty much a mix of the necromancer and the witch doctor, in some kind of funny way. Of course, there's a reason money. Yeah. I know. I wish I could play my monk. The monk was my favorite class probably, and the demon hunter. I understand the demon hunter.
I
the
like
rogue
Crusader a lot.
The rogue is pretty much a version of what the demon hunter was in some ways. I mean, but
Yeah, does anyone know if my biggest gripe, and I'm playing a sorcerer and as my softcore character, and I'm playing a rogue as my hardcore character. Does anyone know if you can actually save different loadouts and specs?
Oh,
Because-
that's a good question.
Because I actually want to try. So I'm playing a chain lightning build right now for leveling, and I'm about to hit level 50. I'm at 47, I think, right now. So I want to try something different once I hit 50, but I want to save my build that I have now. So without just like, I wish I could save it and then like respect, and then be able to like go back. And if I don't like it, just go back to the build that I had before. Otherwise, I have to remember what I did and go through. I'm very curious to see what they do for the different seasons. I will probably play a rogue and softcore for season 1, because my time with the rogue in the barrage build on hardcore has been excellent. I want to try a different spec right now, but I'm also scared to try a different spec.
sure.
But it's fun. I mean, I apply vulnerability to everything, and Stan comes in with his necro and just like wipes the map with everything. So
Yo,
it's great.
I tried out so my alternate character is a lightning source.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing right now.
Dude, they just walk in there, just chain lighting, everything's like everything blows up dead. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that's great. It's quite fun. But yeah, the game itself is excellent. I'm probably going to be playing it for a long time. I've been playing it nonstop. My wife's probably pretty annoyed at me because it's all I've been playing all the time, every day,
Listen.
every minute of free time that I possibly have.
This is how you know
Great.
it's a good game. I went from raiding 6 nights a week to 2 nights a week.
I was going to say to 5 nights a week.
Whoa. Someone get the, you okay? Do you need my narcotics?
I think I might need them. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
But,
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the game's great. What a wonderful
Hit us up.
time to
Hit
be.
us up. Come play with us, man. I'm always looking for people to play. I always play in groups. Like it's kind of my thing. Like I don't play solo a lot.
It's things scale, right?
Yeah, things scale, and like even if you're
That's
playing,
nice.
even if you play like last night, like we were playing like the Matt had he lost his barbarian, so he made another barbarian, and he was level 10 playing with me and Stan, who are like mid-30s, and he was fine.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then also the game, with the maps and everything giving you extra skill points, it definitely
It helps.
wants you
Right.
to check out more,
Wellness check, you good, Crondo.
I'm okay. Actually,
okay.
to be honest, what the problem is like now, like once I became what I do is now, and this is part of the guild that you guys just joined, is that like I'm an organizer for Adequate in World of Warcraft. So like I organize raids, and then I have a partner that I raid lead with, and we split the profits, so to say. And I make so much gold off hosting these things that like once you get a taste of for example, I made 75,000 gold off a run the other day, and like in a normal run you go to, if you go as like a normal person, you make like 10 to 15k if you're lucky, and so like I made 75,000. So like I'm saving up for Shadowmourne, which is the big legendary sword from the Lich King. And it's gonna cost me almost 1 million gold. So I'm like, that's my big goal for the expansion.
I joined the Discord, but there wasn't a Diablo.
I think if you join the Adequate Discord, you have to actually hit the.
So rules thing?
They're a big Discord, so they've got a lot of.
I only saw a very small section, but I didn't see a rules thing. Would
me
you
see.
mind shooting me over an invite to the Discord again? I left it because I was like, oh, people are probably just doing
I'll be right
Diablo
back
stuff
on it.
in game.
I don't know where you're. It's role sign up. That's what you have to do. So you have to go into the role sign up channel, and there is a.
Yeah, can you re-invite me then?
Where's the thing for Diablo though? Oh, you have to react to the thing. It says this is react below to receive the Diablo 4 role. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll put a. It's actually discord.gg/adequate. I'll send you an invite, but. I sent you one anyways, Ashy. We're on a podcast. We're over here sending messages to each other. Anyways, for all of you that are playing, if you guys are needing a home or a guild or anything like that, welcome to hit us up. Come join the Adequate crew, and there's a lot of good gamers in there. Stan's also playing with the Primordials. It's a much larger gaming community if that's more your bag. I think we have like 60 people in the Adequate guild so far, which is more my speed. So
Okay, yeah. Now, okay, that's so silly. I didn't even see the rules. Sign.
Yeah. They have like this Adequate's been a guild in WoW, been a pretty well-known guild on Faralina for probably like since Classic, I would say. So they've been a group for a while.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Okay.
Game is badass, man. I will say that like the thing I like about this is that we are playing Diablo, and this is the first time I've ever played Diablo and felt like I definitely want more
Having
people
fun.
around.
Yeah.
What's that? Well, yeah. Like when I play Diablo 2, I'm a weirdo. I don't like a bunch of people around because, well, first of all, the loot is, it's only
It's not
one item
instance.
draw. Yeah, it's not instant. So you're like, you really don't want a bunch of people around. And in this game, it's definitely it pushes you to want to group with people.
Sure.
I'm interested to see how large the groups get in the larger scale of things, because you can only have a team of 4, right? So
It's only ever going to be 4.
yeah, but I mean, I think they're gonna have like a raid of some sort or something like that later on, where like you will have to put together multiple groups of 4.
Really?
I think they will at some point or another. Yeah.
I don't know. Because that's just not. I feel like that's not something they've ever. I mean, unless they are trying something new, but
I would think they are, but maybe I'm wrong. I would think they are, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just say that because that was a thing in Diablo 4. So, or I mean in Immortal.
interesting.
Like you could put together like four groups, or you could put together 2 groups and go do the raid bosses together.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe.
Yeah, because you could do that, because I think 4 was like the max group in immortal, and then you'd have
Yeah.
those
And you
mechanics.
would basically do 2 groups of 4 together, and it would be like a
Or
party.
3
of
groups
8.
of 4. It was
Was it 3?
It was like 12. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I remember.
something.
Yeah, for like
You would
the-
queue up for it, and it would be like fill the empty slots with people, basically. And
Yeah.
you would have to like put the people in the slots. And
With all the PvP stuff and the guild
Yeah.
things. I'm curious to see what they do for PvP and guild. I haven't tried PvP at all.
I haven't tried it at all either.
I'll probably do it just for the trophy stuff.
I'll
and
get
that's about
dicked
it.
down by somebody. I suck at PvP.
But either way. But anyway, so final thoughts on D4? I know it's not final thoughts, but like what are your
I guess
takeaways?
it's
so far?
okay.
Just okay?
No, it's great. I'm very happy that it's been living up to not just mine, but I feel like a lot of people's expectations. It really does feel like they understood the assignment with this, right, guys? Like I feel like they knew
Yeah.
how important it was that this game be good. Otherwise, it would have made a lot of people not happy, right?
Oh my god! Could you imagine like No Man's Sky or something, or like a cyberpunk thing happening with this game?
Dude, that
would be a devastating blow for Blizzard.
That may have been the nail in the coffin for Blizzard
For
because
Blizzard,
they've not
with Overwatch 2 being botched, and basically they're basically.
Overwatch, the fucking we didn't even talk about that. Jesus,
I mean,
Christ.
Overwatch 2 got tanked. They released the WoW token in WoW Classic, which is essentially the death of WoW Classic because I now don't have to pay for a subscription. I have 3 accounts that I buy WoW tokens for in-game with in-game gold. They cost 5,000 fucking gold, which is nothing. I just told you guys I make 75,000 gold off of one of my 2 raids a week. So like I spend 15K and I just paid my 3 months subscription. How are they supposed to make money off of that? You know what I'm saying? Like their monetization is gone for Wrath Classic, or for WoW Classic. So nobody's paying for it anymore. Everybody's trying to buy WoW tokens. So they just botched that. I mean, they just introduced that to ditch Overwatch 2. Like Blizzard. I mean,
they're not doing good.
if D4 had sucked, yeah, you're right. I think they would have we would have seen some major cuts at their company.
I almost feel like, can you imagine if Blizzard tanked, but then everyone in charge of Diablo was able to go independent or something? I don't know. That would be
funny, yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm very, very happy the game is as good as it is, and it feels like it is a breath of fresh air for Diablo. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Path of Exile 2 trailer, but it looks exactly like Diablo 4.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like Path of Exile was always like people touted it as a better Diablo 3 because of it had more extensive like customization, class building, structures, and all that stuff. But it really, you look at Path of Exile 2 and the trailer is like, oh, that's Diablo 4.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm a hater, dude. I think Path of Exile sucks, but that's just me.
I never could get into that game.
I never liked
tried.
it. I always thought
think it was a good idea, but I feel like they were like, oh, we're gonna be a cooler Diablo, and they went too off the rails.
Listen, dude. It's
too much.
It's not a bad game. I will never say it's a bad game.
What's that new game that came out recently that's supposed to be like another good ARPG? It starts with an E. Like just came out like a month ago or so. I can't remember.
Starts with an E.
I think it starts with an E.
I don't know. Dude,
Exodus or something like that.
I don't know. I just think Path of Exile is a shittier version of Diablo. I always have and I always will. And I think that the skill tree being this fucking big is just obnoxious. I really do. And not to mention the fact that when you're playing Path of Exile, you could be playing a class.
Yes, last epoch. Thank you.
You could be playing a class where this side of the tree, the top right side of the tree is where one of your skills are, and the bottom left side is where one of the skills you need is. How is somebody like me who's a fucking pothead ever supposed to remember where anything is on this ginormous fucking grid of abilities? I'm sorry, I've never liked Path of Exile. I always thought it sucked. I always thought it was a shit Not to mention the fact that the items drop.
Some kind of rant today.
The items drop like fucking crazy, dude. Like you're full like within the first 5 minutes of playing the game. I think it's terrible. I think it's convoluted. I think it's a shit game. Sorry,
Tell us how you really think.
I've always thought that it was the Walmart version of Diablo.
Yes.
It is the Kirkland brand Diablo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It really is, dude.
No, it's funny.
It really is. And I mean, there's people that fucking love Path of Exile. They will talk. They'll sit here and for hours and tell you how like Diablo sucks ass and is a shit game by comparison. And I'm like, right, but Path of Exile would never exist without Diablo, so you can't really make that comparison. So they ripped off Diablo 3 and made Path of Exile. So like Is my
That's
opinion.
really funny.
Yeah. And then
But
they
it's
tried
still
to, and then
good
they tried to port it to console, and they fucked it up. Like they couldn't even port it over to console. So that's another reason why they suck ass.
That's why
and
it's
then they,
free on console.
Yeah, well, no, they tried to charge for it at first, but then they fucked it all up, and they had to offer it for free because who the fuck wants to buy more shit that doesn't work, you know?
This was great. I'm glad we were able to find.
Don't you just sparge Kirkland like that?
I'm glad we were able to find some kind of rage here.
We need to get somebody to make a Crondo rage emoji
I
for
think
the
we
channel.
do. I think we do.
Yo,
Yeah,
the Kirkland
dude.
brand hot dogs are no joke, and the chicken bakes are fire too. Don't get shit twisted, okay? You're right. I shouldn't have dogged Kirkland like that. I will go back to the Walmart brand because I don't go to Walmart, but that's just me.
Dude, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my god.
Anyway, well, I think that's going to do it for us because I know Chef has to go outside and touch some grass today.
Yeah, Path
so,
of Exile fucking sucks.
and so we're going to call it there. Thanks everyone for coming out. I'm going to try to stream a little bit today, but I have to like move my PlayStation over here because I don't have a long enough HDMI cable. So we're going to try
I
to
think I
figure it
might try to stream today too.
out. Ooh, we can stream together. Ooh, maybe we could play together and stream together.
I'll come watch you
We're
guys when I get back.
We're almost even at the same story part.
Yeah, you guys should do
probably-
storyline together.
Yeah, I'm just about finished 3, and I'll come hang out with you for 2, and then I'll just go
Yeah.
with you for 3. It's fine. Happy to come hang and play. Anyway,
yeah.
so thanks everyone for coming out. You can find us on Instagram, OG.podcast. Our Twitter is OverachieversP. Our website's OGpodcast.fm, where we get this episode, every episode where we talk about what we're playing, what we're looking forward to, a little bit of gaming news. And until then, we'll see you all next time, and come hang out with us. If you want to play Diablo 4 with us, you can come to our Discord, which is discord.me/OGpodcast. And you'll be able to sign into the Diablo page there, and you'll be able to do some stuff. And yeah, come hang out and see what we're doing, and you'll see all the notifications for us streaming and playing and releases and podcasts and all that stuff. But let us know what you think about Diablo 4 in the comments below on this video, and or because we're going to put this on YouTube, maybe some TikToks and maybe some other stuff. Who knows? But anyway, let us know what you think. If you think you got any suggestions for us, we're happy to talk about them. Or if you want anything else, you can tag us on Instagram or whatever, and we'll go from there. So see y'all later. I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Twitch and in game and on our Discord. So until then, see you then. Peace.
Peace.